Hello, my gorgeous Cancer. My name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium. And this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading. And it's for you, my gorgeous Cancerini. And it's for October 2022. On the 17th of October and on the 18th of October, you are going to be facing a really unusual situation. But this situation is going to be quite unusual, but it's going to be really, really good. And the reason why I said that this situation is going to be unusual, it's purely because, it's to do with an aspect of your life that you have been expecting, to kind of happen. You have been expecting to manifest. It's a lot to do with your plans. It's a lot to do with things that you're working on. And it's a lot to do with how you ultimately want your life to be, So this is an important bridge that you need to cross over in order to go to the other side. This is very important for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, because you're also going to become aware of the fact that, it's all about one final push that you need to make. You are going to become aware of it like there is no tomorrow. And this one final push that you need to make, it's a lot to do with you reaching a really important destination in your life, okay? And this destination in your life, it's going to become evident on the 30th and the 31st of October 2022, where all this is already going to go on the whole next level, where you are going to be facing really, my God, an opportunity of your lifetime, really. But it's to do with just the beginning, with the beginning step. It's to do with the first stages. Of course, you need to remember one step at a time, and the best things in life do take a long time indeed. Going back to this situation that I've just mentioned, my gorgeous Cancerini, this is very important. As I said, this is to do with you understanding exactly what do you need to do. And when I say that you need to make a one final push, do you know how this is going to develop for you? It's about you understanding how is this final push going to happen. Okay, so you will understand that you need to make a final push, but this final push, it's actually this final push, it's to do with you understanding and knowing that you must, at this moment in time, you need to kind of develop and have a clear plan. And as soon as you find yourself in this element, like, oh my God, I need to develop and have a clear plan, at the same time, that is going to kind of prepare you. It's going to start preparing you, because your energy is going to really rise. You're going to feel really optimistic. You're going to feel really ready to kind of like explore, because at the same time this is going to start making you really enthusiastic. So as soon as you become aware of what plan this is and how you're going to kind of like take this plan into action, this is all going to start kind of like, oh my God, it's going to start making you feel really excited. It's going to start making you feel really good. My gorgeous Cancerini, this is to do with an element and with a part of your life that means to you so much, okay? So much. But then again, over the last 2 or 3 years, things haven't been as quick as you wanted them to be. Not because you did something wrong personally, because it's because there were like so many things happening on the outside that haven't got nothing to do with your life personally, but they have been affecting you. So you need to take all these things in consideration, so especially if you kind of like can't understand what am I talking about, this is to do with an important aspect of your life. So it's all going to boil down towards you realizing that now you need to develop and have a clear plan, and as soon as you kind of realize this, something is going to change within. As I said, your energy is going to rise, your vibration is going to rise, you're going to feel really optimistic, and then you're going to naturally start, like within the next few days after that moment in time, it's all about you kind of choosing. Naturally you will choose to move forward with your life, but at the same time now you are going to need to understand that you are reaching such a significant stage of your spiritual journey. This is a lot to do with your soul purpose. It's a lot to do with you responding to things that make you feel really good about yourself. It's to do with your passion and making the most of it, not only the most of that part of your life, but the most of your spiritual journey. This is the time when you're going to reconnect with yourself so much that after that moment in time, within the next few days, now suddenly you're going to feel like, oh my God, you're going to feel very deep. You're going to find yourself in an element when when you're going to be like, oh my God, like there is so much going to be on your mind, but you're going to feel extremely deep in the best possible way. When I say that you're going to feel extremely deep, I mean that few days after that you are going to naturally start thinking like, oh my God, I want to make like a huge, massive life changes. I really am ready to move forward now with my life. I'm really ready to move on with my life. So it's a lot to do with your understanding that there are certain situations and certain parts of your life that now you will see that they no longer serve you anymore, and they will naturally come to an end. And this is a very, very powerful moment in time, because you are going to really, you will find yourself to start kind of like thinking about making a really big life changes, because it's all about the spiritual quest that I'm talking about. Let me just let Coco out. Sorry, just a second. Coco, say hello to Cancerini. Hi, Cancerini. My name is Cocolina. Okay, Cocolina wants to go. There you go. It's all about you understanding that this is to do with you wanting to make a really big life changes, but this is actually going to feel really, really good. Normally this would like kind of put you off, but sometimes, naturally we just face like quite spontaneously, quite often, these kind of situations in our lives. And I'm not saying that this is going to happen like spontaneously, that you did not expect this whatsoever. As I said, this is to do with an important part of your life that means to you so much, but something is going to be different when it comes to the actual timing, because this is going to happen a little bit earlier than what you've actually expected. So that's where you're going to find yourself in an element like, oh my God, but everything kind of starts to feel so natural, when things happen like that, because you will be left with absolutely no option but to just, put yourself as number one. You have to put yourself as number one no matter what. And there are going to be like so much like happening throughout the month of October, where you are going to hear quite a lot happening around you, and you are going to feel like a little bit affected by it. But you just have to keep and remember that you need to put yourself throughout the month of October as the actual number one, no matter what is going on in your life, no matter what is happening in your life, and no matter what is happening around you. This is something that you need to remember. And I wanted to stress this out so much because a lot is going to be going on, a lot is going to be happening. So you must not let that to kind of mess up with, with your personal vibration, So this is something that I want to say. It is very important that, now you are going to find yourself on a spiritual quest where you are just going to be left with absolutely no option but, trust yourself. You need to believe in yourself. And what is going to come after this moment in time, it's going to make you feel so much happier in life. It's going to make you feel so much more positive. And also, at the same time, just remember, it is very important for you to understand now it's time to leave the actual comfort zone. Very important indeed. And also, when it comes to the actual mid-October, what I wanted to say, sorry, I didn't say what the actual number in numerology is. Do you know what the number in numerology is, my gorgeous Cancerini? This is a big one. Number 9. This is a very, very powerful number, because everything what is going to be happening throughout the month of October, everything that is going to be going on throughout the month of October, it's like a really kind of, you're going to find yourself, oh my God, things are finally kind of on my side. Things are finally like kind of working out really great for me. In terms of you really kind of understanding that you are going to have one of the greatest accomplishments of your life, but you have to give it a time, because of the month of October, because you just like kind of going to start, you're just going to literally you're going to start moving on with your life. And this in itself, it's really going to bring you to the part of your life to you that you wanted to live for such a long time, So there was so much missing in your life so far, and there were so many things that were on your mind that you would like kind of keep on waiting. I'm going to do this now, I'm going to do this later, I'm going to do this at some moment in time. But now you're just going to realize also what this month is going to do. It's going to make you aware the importance of like literally making the most of every minute, every second, every hour of our lives, making the most of it, because the more you kind of like really pay attention to what is on your mind, pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to things that are going to inspire you, the more you're going to get out of it. Amazing inspiration at around the 22nd of October. Mind-blowing inspiration at around the 22nd of October. And this inspiration that you're going to have, it's really gonna come from someone else, someone really beautiful, gorgeous, amazing, rather quirky and unusual and successful in so many different ways. It's also gonna kind of play an important role here, because that person is gonna inspire you so much. They're not gonna give you advice, they're not gonna tell you anything, but there is just something that you will be able to, like, you will kind of watch this person, or you're gonna listen to this person, and that person is probably gonna be talking about something about themselves, and then you're gonna feel something very strong, a very strong connection with you and that person, especially when it comes to what you're doing right now, what are you thinking about right now, when it comes to your plans. You know, there is going to be such an important answer that you're going to get through that person in terms of the actual inspiration, and this is going to mean to you so much, because at the same time, you know, it is going to kind of inspire you, but it's also going to give you this a wonderful ability to understand something from a completely different angle. You know, it's going to help you to get a completely different picture, and this is very important actually, because at the same time, once that happens, this is going to really kind of at the same time, it's going to really kind of like answer the question for you, and the question that is going to be answered is pretty much so going to make you aware of, like, to not to rush absolutely into anything in this moment in time, just to let things to kind of happen naturally. But at the same time, you're going to understand that you must not kind of think about that aspect of your life that you want to happen like too intensely. You must not think about it too intensely. Just like this is, as I said, all this reading, it's to do with an aspect of your life where you want to where you want to get, what you want to achieve. But at the same time, it is very important for you to understand that, you know, that the elements, you see this, there you go, number 9 when it comes to the numerology. So it's to do with you kind of living the life that you wanted. So there's few bits and pieces are missing at this very moment in time. But then again, at the same time, you see again the power of number 9. Number 9 just came out, of course, like as I was just shuffling these cards, and now this number 9 is again kind of showing you that this is important when it comes to your development, but even more importantly, it's significant when it comes to you achieving something really great, you know, almost as it's like, oh my God, you can, you know, this is going to reflect on your finances, on your financial situation, and you feeling really secure, really feeling really good, but you're also going to feel really proud of yourself, powerful of yourself, because financially, this is going to change your life, almost like, oh my God, an ultimate life of luxury. And that means that, you know, what is going to be happening right now, it's also going to, you know, provide you. It's going to also kind of provide you to buy things that you wanted to buy, to do things that you wanted to do, you know, to maybe kind of get things and buy things in life that you couldn't buy before. So it's all going to lead towards you living a life of luxury. But then at the same time, it's not necessarily to do with like, oh yeah, I'm going to be rich, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. No, baby, no. But it's more to do with you like living your life completely the way you wanted to live your life for such a long time. You will see that, you know, by the end of October, how many things were like kind of like slowing you down, and how many things were like holding you down. But you're also going to see by the end of October that, you know, you were restricting yourself quite a lot, and all this time the answer was within you. But sometimes in life we just need to kind of like maybe go over and over and over and repeat certain things until we kind of learn the certain lesson, or a certain like a kind of like lesson, yeah, I guess, until we learn a certain lesson, you know. And this lesson that we learn, it's all about our own reflection on things that are happening to us right now, on things that were happening before, and how you can kind of take this experience into your own existence right now and take it on the next level, because there was so much also that you've learned over the last 2 or 3 years, so many ideas that you've actually had over the last 2 or 3 years, and now you're going to be reminded of all these ideas and all these inspirations. And this is what the power of the actual month of October is going to do to you. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, what I want to stress to you, that, you know, you really need to be careful, because there is going to be someone who is like kind of going to be completely dishonest with you. in between the 15th of October and the actual 27th of October, in between the 15th of October and the 27th of October, someone is going to be like kind of like a really dishonest with you, and someone's mask is going to like kind of fall, and at the same time you are going to be like kind of surprised a little bit, and then you're going to realize that, you know, it's to do with someone rather devilish, and I don't like this person whatsoever. So it's also to do with the time when this person is going to start kind of try to push something to you. This person is going to be really pushy, so you will know that there is something not quite right, and you must really listen to your intuition when you come across this devilish person. You must, because that person is also going to have a power, especially when it comes to like them being like really intimidating. And sometimes when people are really intimidating, it's like kind of tempering with our own energy and tempering with our own power, because these people have the ability just to steal a little bit of our own energy. And when they steal a little bit of our own energy, at the same time, you know, we are not ourselves fully. We don't think how we would normally think, and also in terms of like us expressing ourselves the way we want to, like, you know, these devilish people, they have got this power to kind of affect our way of our own expression. So this is why you need to stay strong. You need to be strong when you come across this person. My advice would be like, try to not to kind of invest into anything big when it comes to like October 2022, because I do know it's a lot to do with the planning, and when it comes to the actual planning in our lives at the right time, we just, you know, there is just so much. Something just fell. Something just fell. You see what I mean, my gorgeous Cancerini? It's just like something fell, and this is like a really just like kind of like a, to me, this is like a very powerful sign that you just have to be strong. So try to, like, when you come across this devilish person, how you gonna know who this is? Well, how you gonna know who this devilish person is? Just remember, this is not the month to invest. This is not the month to buy something major, buy something huge. In November, it's going to be absolutely superb. This is the great month for planning, because when it comes to planning, you're going to be more powerful. You will be able to go so deep. You will, and you know, when as I already said, when it comes to planning, you just like kind of like you, when it happens at the right time, and the energy, it's going to be very powerful in October. You just need to really kind of plan the right things in life. You know, when it comes to your passion, especially, see where this is going to take you. Just see the way you're going to be inspired. You're going to be inspired like never before. And sometimes, you know, certain people need a little bit of push, you know, in order to kind of like go forward or go further with their life. Or sometimes people just don't feel right. Sometimes people feel negative, or people feel grumpy, and it just takes so much energy out of people. You need to understand that as soon as you start like kind of planning, as soon as you start thinking about things, you need to reflect on things that you feel extremely passionate about, on things that are slowing you down. You need to kind of reflect on your future. You need to reflect what exactly you want to do, you know, what exactly you're going to leave behind, and what exactly you're going to look forward towards. And as soon as you start that process, you will see it's going to be mind-blowing how many ideas you're going to have, how many realizations you are going to have, my gorgeous Cancerini, you know. And this is why also, you know, it is like a kind of like a, you're going to have a lots of like kind of ideas how to speed things up in your life, how to accelerate things in your life, you know. And this is going to pick you up in so many different ways, and it's going to reflect on your energy and vibration, and it's going to make you even more like kind of enthusiastic and optimistic about your life. And just remember, the more enthusiastic you feel, the more healing energy you bring into your life, the more healing energy you bring to all those people that mean so much to you as well. So this is something that you need to remember. And also, on another hand, you know, it's sort of like a part of the little challenge. So if someone is really pushy or something like that, you just kind of need to avoid this person, but then at the same time, just kind of like stay strong, follow your voice, follow your voice within, follow your intuition. And this is what is going to be the best when it comes to this offer from this devilish person. And at the same time, as I said, the mask is going to fall, and you will be able to kind of, what you're going to see beyond. That person is going to say something. It's going to be like, ew, no baby, no. So there's some kind of mask is going to fall. So this is going to become absolutely evident to you anyway. But also just remember that that person is like maybe going to try to push you towards something. Be very, very careful, because I do see a pretty much so like a rather dodgy business here going on. So I don't really like this whatsoever, and something is going to seem like a way too good to be true, what this devilish person is going to be talking about. So that's how you're going to know who this actually is. So stay strong, stay true to yourself, because if you do take this on, you will go against your own will, and this is not something really good. That means that you're going to really ignore your own intuition, and if you are ignoring your intuition, you are going to ignore your spirit. And if you're ignoring your own spirit, that means that you do not trust your own spirit, and that means that you're going to have this situation over and over and over again until you learn like how to respond to it in the best possible way. So you just have to stay true to yourself, so you can avoid like a negativity, sadness, depression, and you see, this is what would happen if you would actually just like kind of go with this. Because just remember, it's gonna seem, it's like a temptation. It's gonna seem like too good to be true anyway. So it doesn't really, it's like you just need to go with these feelings and vibration immediately. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, what else I was going to say, I really like this so much, because you need to also, you're gonna realize which part of your life it's making a progress. And I like this. You will see within the last 11 days of October especially, like which part of your life it's making, you made like a really big progress. And that in itself, it's really going to show you on one hand that it's time for some kind of like expansion, okay, within the last 11 days of October. I hope this is not too confusing. Within the last 11 days of October, you will see exactly how much progress you've actually made, but you need to really pinpoint the part of your life that is directly responsible for you making that progress. And that in itself, it's going to require from you now to go on the next stage in terms of the actual expansion. But also the second thing that I was going to say, you just need to commit to this plan, okay? You need to commit to this plan, and by committing to this plan, and you will know which plan you need to commit, because you will see it's about making progress within the last 11 days. The progress that you're going to become aware of, it's also like a plan in itself that you need to commit to it. And as soon as you do this, you're going to start looking forward to so many things, and I like this so much. And pay attention to the actual the creativity that you are going to have within the last 11 days of October as well. It's all about this mind-blowing creativity. It's just going to take over, and you're going to feel really, really surprised, like, oh my god, where the actual creativity is coming from. This is going to be amazing. But at the same time, while you're really creative, I know it sounds like, oh my god, you're going to have this creativity. No, baby, no. This is going to feel different. You're not only going to feel like really creative, but you're also going to feel extremely energized. Re-energized, and you will be thinking about expressing yourself in a certain way, like expressing yourself through something that is so natural to you, that is so beautiful to you. So it depends what you are doing. It depends, like maybe you like cleaning, lots of people love cleaning, that's brilliant, and maybe this is the way you express yourself when you feel extremely like kind of like a creative. This is a very special creativity, I will explain. Or maybe you're like a painter, and you will want to paint, draw, and then suddenly you feel this urge, oh my god, I want to paint, I want to draw, and then maybe this is the type of creativity that you normally like, so it really depends. Maybe you like putting makeup, and this makes you feel creative, maybe you like doing like a little beads or something, maybe this makes you feel really creative. It really depends. But the bottom line is that this is something that you need to pay attention to, because at the same time, it's not only about you being really creative. Something is going to feel different, something is going to feel quite unusual, and also there are going to be some kind of like a realizations that you're going to have at that time, you know, some kind of like a psychic message that you are going to have, like, oh my god, especially when it comes to like the actual the 30th and the 31st of October. The 30th and the 31st of October are two very strong days also, which are indicating to this particular creativity, okay? And the 30th and the 31st of October, probably, sorry, I should have said it's within the last 11 days of October, but it's the 30th and the 31st of October. It's the most kind of powerful energy. You are going to feel rather creative throughout this time, but the 30th and the 31st of October especially, this is the time when you're going to feel like this extreme creativity. And that in itself, it's not only about you feeling creative and doing what you want to do, just do it. It's about you expressing yourself with something, you know, that you really love, something that comes so naturally to you, almost like, if I can say, a beautiful gift that you have in so many different ways. And at that moment in time, on the 30th and the 31st especially, something is gonna come to you like a psychic message, you know, like really intuitive message at the time when you feel so creative. So it's not only about la 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 creativity, no baby, no, it's about you creating, you know, like a really unique vibration. You're sending this vibration to the universe, and something else is coming back to you, like in terms of understanding, in terms of you opening your eyes, in terms of you knowing exactly what to do, and what is going to come to you in the form of the actual psychic and intuitive message. Now suddenly you're going to realize, oh my god, I've got like quite a few options here, I've got like quite a few options here you know, and these options are something you need to pay attention to, because one of them is going to be absolutely a big giant mama here. The one of this message, one of these options that you're going to become aware of on the 30th and the 31st of October especially, there are going to be quite a few options sorry, that you're going to become aware of, but one of them is going to be like so big. You know why? Because one of them is going to answer a massive question to you, a conclusion to like something that was really draining so much of your energy, something that was driving you mad, you know, something that was making you feel so negative, and something that was slowing you down. It's a conclusion to an important one of these options and opportunities. It's going to be so much more powerful than the rest. It's purely because for the last 3 months you were struggling so much with a certain problem. You didn't know what to do. So it's about like the problem coming to an end. It's to do with the conclusion, an important conclusion that you almost immediately you are going to realize, like, oh my god, after that moment in time I'm going to need to have an important conversation. Just go for it. This conversation that you're going to become aware of, that you're going to need to have after this moment in time, something is going to scare you about it so much, but my lord, you are going to be told something. Not only you're going to be told something that you're going to find really mind-blowing, but the idea that you're going to be told by someone, you know, and that I want to stress that, you know, so it's all about this conclusion, but then after that moment in time, it's like, you know, a conclusion that the next step of after that, it's going to be like, oh my god, it's a brilliant conclusion. An annoying, really bad problem is slowly coming to an end. But then after that moment in time, naturally you will know, okay, after that moment in time, you're going to need to have an important conversation with someone who you don't really, you're going to find them quite intimidating, but it doesn't really matter. Something is going to happen completely different when you have conversation with that person. You are really going to see, oh my god, this was brilliant, not bad, but this was brilliant. But most importantly, there is going to be such an amazing idea that you are going to have through that conversation. And also that conversation is going to in turn into some kind of a compromise, but you're gonna like this compromise, because this compromise is going to work really great for you. But at the same time, that compromise, it's also going to help you so much in order to really get rid of a very, very unhealthy attachment in your life that most certainly does not serve you no longer whatsoever. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, what else I was going to say, that another thing that I was going to say, I'm sorry, my gorgeous Cancerini, another thing I was going to say, you know that when it comes to the month of October, my goodness, you have been waiting for this. It's to do with the justice. It's to do with the justice. So it could be like literally to do with the actual justice. Maybe you're waiting for some kind of answer, or maybe it's to do with someone like kind of like trying to decide something, and then you're waiting. Maybe it's to do with some kind of a wrongdoing. But the bottom line is that there is some kind of a justice that you are waiting, and you are going to have a really good news when it comes to that justice, my gorgeous Cancerini. And this is to do with something that was going on for a while, and it's also like kind of highlighted at around the 11th of October and at around the 21st of October as well, when you're going to become aware of this justice. And this is going to put a big smile on your face, and it's going to make you feel so good almost instantly. And it's also going to make you aware of something that you're going to need to accept when it comes to the justice. There is also an element of that it's going to be like, no baby, no, that you're not going to like it. But then hey, the sooner you accept this, the better it's going to be, because I can see it's all about this acceptance from you. So when you accept the part of it that didn't kind of turn out the way you wanted to be, at the same time you're going to release something very special, something very unique. Okay, so please try to accept this, no matter what this is. Okay, because the sooner you accept this, the quicker you're going to be able to move on with your life. And even more so, just 2 or 3 days after that, you are going to become aware of such an important opportunity, amazing opportunity. And this opportunity is going to give you so much hope, so much inspiration. It's like this opportunity, it's also like kind of like a few days after that, when you become aware of this amazing opportunity, there is going to be a little sign as well, an unusual sign that you are going to have at around that time when you become aware of that opportunity. So that in itself, it's only going to highlight something very, very special about yourself, some kind of a sacred gift, something that you should be taking on the next level, next stage of your life. But it's also going to be very important for you to understand that now it's time for cooperation, and now it's time to it's a lot to do with the cooperation, but it's a lot to do with understanding through cooperation as well. You need to involve people who are in your life, but what's happening right now, lots of people who are very much so closely connected to you are going to be benefiting from this. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see what are you going to need when it comes to nutrition and things like that. This month you are going to need, again, something to boost your immune system and something to help you with your sensitive bones. In order to boost your immune system and to help with the sensitive bones, I highly recommend you to get, of course, my own brand, because I couldn't trust any other brand out there, so I had to create my own supplements without any unnecessary rubbish, unnecessary ingredients. So these are all of a superb quality and suitable for vegetarians, vegans, and everyone. So natural vitamin D3, it's something that you should be taking every day, seriously. And even if you're in the sun every day, it doesn't matter. So it's natural vitamin D3 in combination with the natural zinc picolinate, which is a mind-blowing combination when it comes to boosting our immune system, but also it's going to be super beneficial when it comes to your skin, hair, and nails as well, because I know that your skin is going to be quite sensitive. And another thing that I was going to recommend you would be like a must. This is a must as well, organic chlorella. The reason why you should be taking organic chlorella is to protect yourself, okay? Because we've got the metals in the air, metals in the sky, metals in the ground, metals in the soil, metals are in like the plants, in the food. Metals are absolutely everywhere, and these metals are very dangerous indeed, and they're preventing our body from absorbing nutrition, which is very, very dangerous. And these metals are also really bad when it comes to our mind, our way of thinking. It's affecting us in so many different ways, and it's dangerous, very toxic indeed. Organic garlic chlorella is mind-blowing because it's going to help you to detoxify yourself from these metals. This has been proven over and over again, and it's also brilliant everyday supplement to actually take because it's rich in vitamins, minerals, omega-3 essential fatty acids, which our body does not produce by itself, so you need this, you know. And also it's like a rich in protein as well. So if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous Cancerini, or not. So now the first date that it's going to be quite important here, it's actually going to be on the 1st of October. On the very 1st of October, you just need to pay attention to what is going to be on your mind when you wake up the very first thing in the morning. Please, please, for the love of God, even if you're not aware of, like, even if nothing is on your mind, but it's always something on your mind, you know. So even if it's nothing on your mind, maybe you're not meant to be aware of it on that particular day. Check the 2nd of October again, and then check the 3rd of October again. So you've got 3 days to play with, okay? So it's the 1st of October, 2nd and the 3rd. You need to pay attention to what is going to be on your mind. Sorry, when you wake up the first thing in the morning, as soon as you open your eyes, what is going to be on your mind? Something is going to be pointed to you. You're going to be directed to do something. And I say directed is because obviously when we sleep, our subconscious mind takes over. Every single night we dream, but we don't necessarily remember. But also we reach like so many different dimensions when we sleep. We are so wise, we know so much more, we understand so much more. We are drifting into the world of like, oh my God, where there are opportunity, we become aware of opportunities and we realize things that we don't normally realize. So that's why you are gonna get like a bit of like an internal guidance within the 1st, 2nd and the 3rd of October. Something is going to be pointed to actually pay attention to. Sorry. Another date, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be on the 4th of October. Now it's like, oh my God, this is absolutely brilliant, because on the 4th of October, it's like suddenly you're gonna feel this passion. Suddenly you're gonna feel this like you're gonna feel really good about yourself. You're gonna feel really optimistic about yourself. But also at the same time, you know, it's to do with you feeling so passionate, so strong. Your passion is about to be ignited, but that at the same time, you know, it's going to require from you to make an important decision. So you need to kind of reflect on what is making you feel so passionate, what is making you feel so inspired. Something is going to inspire you so much, but at the same time, it's about following this passion, because it's a lot to do with what you should be doing, purely because this is directly connected to your soul purpose. And that in itself, it's important because it's a very significant for you to understand that in terms of development, your life in general, this is something that you need to do. But it's pretty much so you making a really decision, you knowing which decision you're going to make in this moment in time. But then again, it's to do with the next step, natural step, next step. What do you need to do next? What are you working on? What are you trying to achieve? This is going to reveal the next step. But at the same time, you are going to become aware of the fact that you are going to need to make an important decision. When it comes to you making this important decision, just understand that on one hand, this is gonna be so brilliant when it comes to you and when it comes to people in your life that mean to you so much, when it comes to important people in your life, but also when it comes to you making that decision. You don't need to rush with this whatsoever, but I do see that there is someone that you're going to kind of need to involve with this when you're making this decision. So when someone really, really close to you, someone really kind of important to you, whether this is your family member, whether this is your partner, whether this is your best friend, there is some kind of conversation that you are going to have with someone. And that conversation that you're going to have, it's really kind of going to prepare you for something, because you will know who to kind of protect yourself from. And you're going going to be told something, and what you're going to be told is going to make you aware of like kind of maybe which people to be wary of, and which people to avoid, and which people to not to kind of like really go into any of those things, like by having like unnecessary arguments and things like that. So it's going to be kind of like you will understand which people to kind of pay attention to in order to protect yourself from them. And that in itself is going to put you in the stage of the actual contemplation. So this is going to lead towards the actual contemplation from the 4th of October until the actual 10th of October. And the contemplation that you're going to have, my gorgeous Cancerini, the contemplation that you are going to have is going to make you aware of, like, the reason why you're going to have this contemplation is because someone is going to be kind of conflicting, you know, some kind of conflicting influence is going to be on your mind, and this in itself is going to kind of make you to contemplate a little bit. But then at the same time, you see, it's all about you understanding that this is to do with exactly how you feel. This is what you need to do when it comes to that contemplation. So the answer to that contemplation is, it's to do, I'll show you now. The answer to that contemplation is, it's like basically, sorry, this is a straight answer. The answer to this contemplation is, you need to do what naturally comes to you to do. Avoid anyone or anything. You just need to do what naturally comes to you, because this is a lot to do with something that's on one hand sacred to you, but it's also to do with the sacred gift of yours as well. And that, you know, when you have also that contemplation, there is going to be quite unexpected situation which is going to happen in between the 9th and 10th of October 2022. And this situation is really going to surprise you, and it's going to make you aware of like that something came to an end, like a really big problem, and the things are going to start working in your favor. And after that moment in time, this is going to be an absolutely the actual moment, you know, where you will know like, oh my God, like if there are any questions when it comes to that contemplation, this is completely going to answer your question. And you will know that it's to like you taking something very sacred to you, and you know, like a sacred part of your life on the next stage. So the second date, my gorgeous Cancerini, but before I go there, I would highly recommend you this absolutely beautiful Indonesian, you see this Indonesian like a plum agate, absolutely beautiful Indonesian plum agate. This is not only really gorgeous pendant, check this pattern, it's absolutely beautiful, but it's amazing when it comes to the actual this is a great for balance, this is brilliant when it comes to strength, when it comes to us feeling courageous, when it comes to us like picking our own vibe, you know, picking up our own vibe, when it comes to like basically passion in life. And when there's so many things going on, it's very difficult to kind of pinpoint which things exactly are taking the most of the actual should be having the most of our attention in this moment in time. You know, in terms of priorities, sometimes we do naturally do things that are kind of not maybe right things at that time, but at the same time, when it comes to like your own passion, igniting your own passion, my gorgeous Cancerini, this is something that is going to energize you, re-energize you, and make you go so much further and give you so much kind of strength and confidence, you know, with those parts of your life that you need the most. So if you feel like, oh God, you know, if you need to do something important, if you need to give 1,000%, you know, then this sometimes, you know, like maybe we don't feel right, maybe we didn't sleep all night, maybe we feel unwell, you know what I mean? So this kind of has got this power to kind of detect these vibrations in our body which are affecting us in this way, especially in terms of our like physical way of our physical state, you know, but also our psychological and spiritual state of mind. So this always like detects this and helps you with this balance as well. So this gorgeous Indonesian plum agate comes with sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. Sorry. The second important date, where is my water? Just a second, just a little bit of water. Okay. Sorry, my gorgeous Cancerini, but I need to have a bit of water. So now the second important date is going to be on the 12th of October. Now the 12th of October, this is like brilliant. The whole new balance is going to come in, and you will be able to feel this vibration. You will be able to feel the energy is going to like start changing so much on exactly on the 12th of October. And this in itself, you're going to get like a news or information. And this news and information that you're going to have, it's really like kind of going to give you so much like to think about, because now suddenly you're going to become aware of like a very, very interesting option in your life. And this is immediately going to become attracted to you, like, oh my God. And within the next couple of days, there is going to be such a powerful vision that you are going to have. This is going to be directly responsible for you having one of the most powerful visions of your life. You will know exactly here how you will want your life to be, but also at the same time, this vision, it's also like providing you with an important spiritual key. You know, this spiritual key is going to help you to unlock the door that you didn't think that you're going to be unlocking at this moment in time. You were hoping that you're going to unlock these doors like next year at some moment, like in 2023. So this is when things are going to start becoming really, really interesting, because another one, on one hand, this is going to throw you out of the balance, but in a good way, because you are going to have a bit of a hermit mode, like, oh my God, if one thing is going to be like leading into another, and it's like going to create this bit of a hermit mode, you know, hermit moment. I told you, it's like it's all about introspection in our life. It's all about our like kind of like a feeling that we want to be by ourselves for a day or two, but then again we just reach these vibrations that are very powerful, very eye-opening, and something is going to come to the surface. You know, you are going to have this moment when you will want to be by yourself, and something is just going to come to the surface, you know, and what is going to come to you, you will just know, like, you know what, like, oh my God, this is going to bring such a powerful victory into your life, such a powerful recognition into your life. What's happening right now, and this interesting option that you're going to become aware of, this is not just a little option, this is going to like be major. But although at the moment, at the time, you're just going to first see it as an option that you're not going to be able to stop thinking about it. But my Lord, where this is going to take you, it's going to change absolutely everything. This is going to bring an ultimate victory into your life, recognition. You're going to feel so proud of yourself, and the people who know you as well are going to feel so proud of you, for you as at the same time. So this is something that you need to remember. The third important date, my gorgeous Cancerini, and before I go there, my God, this one is so beautiful. This is another new pendant. This is a brand new line, my gorgeous Cancerini, and this is Chrysocolla with Azurite. Absolutely beautiful. I'm absolutely crazy when it comes to this color crystals. It's absolutely beautiful, and this in itself really kind of helps you to remember your dreams, help you to understand your dreams, because it elevates you. It helps you to open your mind. It helps you to understand things that you didn't understand before. It helps you to understand those little messages in the morning, you know, that I've been talking about. But at the same time, it's brilliant for expressing yourself, for communication, to say the right thing, you know, when it comes to like a keeping conversation going, you know. And sometimes it's the same what I said before. You may not feel like, oh, I can't be bothered to talk. I mean, we are all humans, you know what I mean? And sometimes you want to do something really important and talk to people talk to some important people, and there's going to be a lot of that going on in October and November as well. So this is why this is so important for you to have. But it's like, in case if you don't feel okay, if you don't feel good, it's really beautifully open you up. You just need to have that starting point, and then you just let the rest, you know, to this powerful crystal, you know, to kind of like guide you along the way. So it's powerful when it comes to conversation and expressing yourself as well. This gorgeous pendant I highly suggest you to buy, and this comes with a sterling silver chain, and also the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well, so thank you very much for that. The third important date is going to be on the 30th and the 31st of October. So now on the 30th and the 31st of October, it's all about you understanding. Listen, this is so good, this is so big. It's all about you understanding new opportunity. you know, and potential to prosper in life. But at the same time, it's more about you understanding exactly which steps you actually need to make, and it's not only you understanding which steps do you need to take next, but also at the same time you are going to understand that you do have a really beautiful gift, and that beautiful gift, it's indeed, of course, going to be playing an important role here. And that in itself, it's really gonna start kind of speeding things up for you so much, especially when it comes to this new opportunity, and this is gonna start speeding things up for you so much. And then on another hand, a little surprising message that you are going to have on the 30th and the 31st of October. It's really, this is like completely gonna surprise you, an element of your life that you thought it's dead, like basically, and part of your life that it was just like, it's something to do with like something being completely slowed down to the point where you just like kind of, oh my god, is this the end? But no, it means to me so much, and this and that. So this message that you're gonna have on the 30th and the 31st of October, it's really going to surprise you, but it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be kind of, it's gonna make you aware that things are, something very specific is like kind of accelerating here and moving on really fast. It's to do with the swift change, and this is an information and message that you needed, because now after this moment in time, my gorgeous Cancerini, nothing is going to stop you ever again. It's all about this great determination, but then at the same time, you know, something completely that you did not expect as well on the outside. Nothing to do with your life in particular, but it's a lot to do with the things on the outside, you know, outside that have been affecting your life. You know what I mean? So something that you're gonna hear from the outside, something is gonna be exposed that was hidden to you, something that you're gonna become aware of, and you're gonna find this mind-blowing, because you're not gonna be able to believe what people can be like and what people can actually do. You're going to start wondering whether the certain people are humans or there's something else, you know what I mean? So whatever comes to you, are absolutely right, you know? So just remember, something is going to be exposed that was fully hidden on the outside, which is also going to play an absolutely important role here, especially when it comes to you kind of making this really powerful decision here. But then at the same time, this is going to be so connected like there is no tomorrow. What is happening here, it's also going to make you aware of how much you were like kind of restricting yourself, how much again your life was restricted, but at the same time it's going to reflect on the people in your life, you know, the people who mean to you so much, the people who are important to you, you know. And at the same time, when it comes to October, someone really special, one particular person, very special person, it's about to walk into your life, someone very special, and this person is going to play an important role in a long time to come. And at the same time, that particular person is going to play a huge role in your life, and you will see exactly what I mean. So someone very special, it's about to walk into your life, who is pretty much so connected to you and to your spiritual journey and to your soul purpose. You will see exactly what I mean, because you're going to feel something around that person you haven't felt before. So this is going to be a starting point. Just go with your vibration, go with your feelings. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to see briefly what is going to happen in the first part of October. In the first part of October, there you go. It's all about making that important decision. Please hear me out, please. In the first part of October, you must not, please do not miss this opportunity, because it's all happening when it's meant to happen. So the first part of October, it's all about you making a decision, and this is to do with your development, it's to do with your life, and it's to do with the next stage. This is important. The mid part of October, my gorgeous Cancerini, you see, you're going to be worrying a little bit. The reason why you're going to worry when it comes to the mid part of October, it's purely, here we go. You see, because you're still going to be waiting for some kind of outcome, okay? So be happy, be optimistic, do not think negatively. Don't let your negativity or negative emotions or negative thoughts or negative way of thinking to kind of manifest into real challenges. So just remember, you know, you're going to make that decision at the beginning of the month, then at around the mid-month, nothing to worry about, okay? Don't think about a certain aspect of your life too intensely that you want to happen, because because sometimes it just kind of slows us down. And the last part of this month, you see that you're going to be worrying about the financial situation a little bit. There you go. You're going to be worrying about the financial situation a little bit when it comes to the last part of this month, but then at the same time you are going to have a really important important little news, an important little message, which is going to be very good, very positive, and it's going to make you aware of the fact that there's nothing to worry about whatsoever. And at the same time, you see, this is all, you will realize that, you know, at the end of the month, that, you know, something really big, it's about to start becoming true. So, you know, there's nothing to worry about the finances. You don't need to worry about finances whatsoever. It's just a bit of a sign that not to kind of invest into huge things, which is what I said at the beginning. If you want to invest or you want to buy something big, then November and December are absolutely fine. But October, it's just for planning quite a lot, and you'll see how much is going to come to you. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, when it comes to those of you who are in relationship, I mean, this is brilliant, because, you know, you are going to be facing the situation that you're both going to find extremely rewarding. And the situation that you're going to find rewarding, it's going to be like so important, because you're going to understand and you're going to realize exactly what was causing a restraint in your life, and it was restraining both of you. And just the realization of this for both of you, it's going to be so good. And that in itself, it's going to really kind of going to be connected to an advice that you're going to gain from someone as a couple. And the advice that you're going to have, my gorgeous Cancerini, it's going to be brilliant, because it's going to help you to avoid unnecessary unexpected situation in your life. So watch for that advice, my gorgeous Cancerini. And for those of you who are single, it's like brilliant. There, you know, someone very special, it's about to walk into your life, and you need to understand that, you know, that you are going to become aware of like some kind of like a change and alteration that you want to bring into your life. And when you become aware of this change and alteration that you need to make like in your life, at the same time, this is quite a lot going to reflect on your personal life, on the things that you do, on the things that you're doing on kind of weekly or monthly basis. But when you find yourself thinking about something personal to you, and which change and alteration do you need to make, my goodness, just go for it, do it, please, because at the same time, this is going to bring you someone very, very special, my gorgeous Cancerini. Like, this is what I have here. So this is going to bring you someone really, really special. But when this change and alteration comes to you, this is going to require from you to go somewhere for the first time, or to like continue going somewhere. But it's going to require from you to make a change and alteration. And that in itself is going to bring a brand new energy, which you need so much, which is about to bring you someone very, very special indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Love you. Bye.